Okay, let's add a little bit of clarification to chapter or to the short-term liability activity or homework. First one we're looking at is the note payable, and this is just like the other one we set up in the practice set. You're going to go out online and type in 180 days from December 1st, 2015. Make sure you put the 215 in there, and you'll come up with a date of May 29th. Now, so that was the easy part, right? What I didn't include for you on this bottom part is first we have to figure out what our interest is going to look like because we are in 2015 and 2016. So at the end of the year, we're going to have an accrual of the interest. So first thing you have to figure out is, one, this is the interest rate at maturity. So that's 120,000 times 10% for 180 days, and that would be divided by 360, right? So that's going to give you your full amount. Then you're going to calculate 100 for just 1 month, because it's from December 1st to the end of December. So that's going to be $120,000 times 10% times 30 days divided by 360. That will give you your accrual. That's how much you're going to have to record in 2015 for an expense. And that will be this entry right here. And then in 2016, you'll have to figure out how much they'll owe in interest for that entry. So again, I've got 180 days. I've already charged for 30 days. That means I have 150 days left on 2016. Same drill. So whatever the total is, these two added together should equal the total here. So you should have your primary or your main figures you needed now. Now you know when you issue it, it's going to be for the amount the note is written for. So you're going to receive so much cash and you're going to have a note payable. Now this is your accrual, and this says this is interest expense that I have incurred but not paid yet. And that's this number right down here to make that work, and that becomes a payable. Now when you get ready to pay it off, you have to figure up all the interest expense and the note payable. Well, I have what's left. This interest expense is 2016. This interest payable is this amount, and you're going to debit it because you want to get that off the books now. You're paying it. And then how much is the note payable for? Then you're going to know how much your cash is. So I hope that helps a little bit. Now the other one you're having a little bit of trouble with is the payroll employee expenses, and it is confusing. But I tried to set it up so it made some sense. So here we go. I'll do the first one for you so you can kind of get a sense for what I was trying to help you understand. We have gross pay in August of $6,000 up to $6,000. That's how much they've been paid up to there. In September, they're paid $1,500. Now, what you want to know is what are the limits, okay? So for FICA, it's $117,000. After that, they pay no taxes. For FICA, it's on gross pay. It doesn't matter. There's no limitation. For FUTA and SUTA, it's on the first $7,000. Okay, those are your parameters. So obviously, when you're looking at the very first one, gross, they've already paid out $6,000. The payroll is $1,500. So if I add those two together, that brings me to $7,500. I'm not over the $117,000 limit. So they have to pay FICA on the full amount. So that's going to be $15,000 times 6.2% gives me $93. Medicare or FICA Medicare There is no limit, so I'm always going to charge the full amount. 1,500 times 145 is 2175. FUTA and SUTA. Okay, what do we got? My limit is 7,000. I have 6,000. So I'm adding 1,500. That takes me to a total of 7,500. I'm $500 over the limit. So that means I can only I'm going to add all kinds of stuff here. I can only charge tax or add tax to $1,000. So, because that will take me to 700, the limit. So it's $1,000 times 0.6%. Don't type in 60%. It's 0.6%, which gives me $6. The same is true on SUTA. I can only charge it on $1,000. And that's times 0.9% or 0.9 cents. So that's $9 is the tax. Now, as you go down through here, guys, look at your limits. Now, this one's nowhere near the limit, so that's going to probably be the full amount, right? But when I get to here, let's look at this. FUTA, I'm already at $18,000. That becomes a no-brainer. It's over the $7,000, so I don't charge any FUTA or SUTA. Same thing with the one down here. I'm at $103,000. That's over the $7,000. So those two are not even looked at in this problem. This one, it's what have I got? 18,000 plus 3,100 gives me 21,100. That's under the limit. So all of that is subject to tax. This one's going to challenge you. You're going to have to subtract some out of this amount because it goes over the out of this amount because it goes over the $117,000. Okay? So that should help a little bit. Let me know if you need more information.